Okay, today we're going to look at the resources that we're going to talk about how to analyze TEKs. All of this will come from the ARC that you see right in front of you, and we're going to give an example looking at 8th grade math. So when we pull up a unit, we want to look at the particular TEKs in that unit. So we're going to pull up this and scroll down, and here are the TEKs that are included in this unit. One of the most important things you can do is kind of get a perspective of what's involved in that TEK. So if we click on this TEK, see the hyperlink, we will get the first of one of the important things to look at. These are what you'll hear us refer to as the core components. Now you have the TEK right here, and then the core components are just these bullet points to give us a little bit more idea about what's involved in this TEK. The good news about this screen is it also lets us look back to 7th grade into 6th grade, and in some cases look ahead to looking at 8th grade TEKs algebra. It sometimes would be important to open up the 7th grade ARC and look at the core components for this TEK, or even go back to the 6th grade ARC and look at this TEK. So those core components are right there on that screen. Again, I just click on this TEK and get access to those core components. So that's step one. Step two is what you'll hear people refer to as the click-on TEKs. They are listed here as the 8th grade performance indicators. So when I click on that hyperlink, I'll get another screen, and I'm going to click on some more, and this file will show. Now, I need to download this file so that it works, which the links inside it work. So I'm going to download that file to my drive. I'm going to open it up now as a PDF. Now let me show you what we can do from here. Now it comes up about 50%, so I'm going to enlarge it so I can see it. If I simply scroll down, I'll begin to get information about TEKs, and notice that I can hover over that, and my pointer tool becomes this thing that acknowledges there's a link there. So when I left click on that, it will take me to the place in the document where that TEK is addressed. These are referred to as the click-on TEKs. This is a product created by Region 13, and again you'll see listings of what this TEK means. Sometimes there's problem examples. We can just kind of page through. They give us an image here and some more information. So these are, again, what is referred to as the click-on TEKs, the performance indicators from Region 13. That is my second resource in accessing information about a TEK. I'll highlight that again one time, is that, we will access the ARC, the unit, and the particular TEK is there. The 8th grade performance indicators, that link is right there. And when I click on that, I'll get access to that file. Simply download it, open up the PDF, and you can begin to see some more information about that TEK. So we've looked at the core components, we've looked at the click-on TEKs, and the last thing I'm going to show you here is, and we need to go all the way back out to any of these screens, the TEA side-by-side information. So when I'm at this screen, I can look up here and see New Secondary Math Standards Resources. You may have never clicked on that. So when I click on this, I get a list of the documents that I can view. Notice that, look down here, grade 6 TEK side by side. I'm going to look at grade 8 TEK side by side. So when I click on this, this is a document that TEA created to kind of give a comparison, in some ways, the old TEKs and the new TEKs. And I'm going to enlarge that so I can see it. I could also download it, but that's not as important right now. Now when I scroll through this document, this is kind of a little different. It's going to be in the order of the old TEKs. Don't ask me why. So if I'm looking for a specific new TEK, I'm going to look through this column. And I can see right here, there's the TEK I was looking at, 82A. And here's what TEA says about it. A lot of times this will be exactly what the core components have listed, sometimes not. But this is the TEA side by side. You'll hear us talk about that resource, and that's how you get to it. Let's go through that one more time. If I'm really anywhere in my ARC, I can see the new secondary math resources. I will get access to a list of a number of resources. One of those are these side-by-sides. Also, it's worth noting here that I can look at some resources by Lead Forward. Lead Forward Middle School side-by-side. Now let's look at that one. Similar looking document. This one has grades 6, 7, 8 all in it. And it is ordered by the new standards. Let's see, we'll enlarge that just a little bit more. And you can also see, if we were looking at a 6th grade TEK, kind of where it came from, any kind of cognitive or content change that might occur. We had been looking at 82A, which is a new TEK. So I'm going to scroll through here and eventually get to 8th grade. And one more, there we go, 8th grade. So I notice it's a new standard. That's what that exclamation mark is. So I don't see a lot of information over here. Standards that kind of changed or tweaked. You can get a little insight into how not only it's different from the old standard, but what specific thinking changes or content changes have occurred. Again, those resources, the side-by-side from TEA or the side-by-side from Lead Forward, can all be accessed to the new secondary math standards or resources. So, in summary, 3 main sources of information for you to help understand what the TEK says. If you click on the TEK, you'll get the core components. Looking at this place in the ARC, if you click on 8th grade performance indicators, you will get what you've heard referred to as the click-on TEKs that you can download and search. And if you access the new secondary math standards resources, you can get access to the side-by-sides either from TEA or Lead Forward. Hope that helps you find the resources that you will need to research the TEKs and know exactly the depth and complexity of the new standards.